Hello, it's Catherine here from Catherine Crochets. Welcome to my Quick Stitches for Crochet Blankets series. I absolutely love making crochet blankets, and in this series I'll be sharing my favourite quick and easy crochet stitches that are all perfect for cosy crochet blankets. Today I'll be showing you how to crochet the block stitch. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. The crochet block stitch creates a soft drapey fabric with a fun blockish look. Using two colours shows the stitch pattern off really well, but you could use more if you like. The stitch pattern has a simple 2-row repeat that you can quickly memorise, and you just need to know a few simple crochet stitches to get started. The chain, single crochet and double crochet. I'm using a DK yarn for this tutorial with a 4mm crochet hook. However, you should use whichever hook size suits your chosen yarn and your own tension best. I'll be using US crochet terms, so I'll be referring to the single crochet and double crochet stitches. If you prefer UK terms, you just need to know that a US single crochet is equivalent to a UK double crochet, and a US double crochet is equivalent to a UK treble crochet. To make a block stitch blanket, we're going to start with a foundation chain. This should be a multiple of 3 chains plus 1 extra. I'm just going to be making a small sample in this tutorial, so I'm going to start with a foundation chain of 25. You should make the foundation chain in the colour that you're going to be using for your first row of large blocks. To make the foundation chain, you start by making a slip knot. Pop the loop on your hook and tighten it up. Then you wrap the yarn over your hook and pull it through the loop on your hook, and that makes 1 chain. Wrap the yarn over your hook and pull it through the loop on your hook. And you keep going in this way until you have your desired number of chains, and this will correspond to your blanket width. So the number of chains that you make should be a multiple of 3 plus 1 extra. So I'm going to keep going and I'll meet you again once those chains are all made. Now I've completed my chains. If you look at them on the top, you'll see that each chain has 2 strands, and if you turn it over on the back, you'll see there's a single strand going up the middle of each chain. These are called the back bumps, and this is where we're going to be working our stitches for the next row. So row 1 is just a row of double crochet stitches. We're going to skip the first 3 chains and make our first double crochet in the 4th chain from our hook. So with your back bumps facing towards you, count 3, 1, 2, 3, skip those, and we're going to work a double crochet into that 4th back bump from our hook. So to work the double crochet, wrap the yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that 4th back bump, wrap the yarn over your hook and pull up a loop. And at this stage you'll have 3 loops on your hook. Wrap the yarn over your hook and pull through the first 2 loops. So then you'll have 2 loops left on your hook. Wrap the yarn over your hook and pull through those last 2 loops, and that completes the double crochet. Then we're just going to continue working all the way back along the chain, working 1 double crochet into each back bump until we get to the end of the chain. So wrap the yarn over your hook, insert it into the next back bump, wrap the yarn over your hook and pull up a loop. Wrap the yarn over your hook and pull through 2 loops, wrap the yarn over your hook again and pull through the remaining 2 loops. And then just keep going in this way, working double crochets all the way along until you get back to the beginning of the chain. Now some people can find this stage quite fiddly. If you find your chains are a bit too tight for you to get your hook into easily, try working your foundation chain with a larger hook size to make the chains a little bit larger, and then go back down to your normal hook size when you start working the double crochets. Another option you can consider is, instead of working a foundation chain and then double crochets back into it like I'm doing now, you can work a foundation double crochet stitch, a row of foundation double crochet stitches, and that combines the starting chain and the first row of double crochet stitches all in one step, and it can be slightly easier to work and result in a neater first row. So if you're interested in trying that technique, I've popped a link to a tutorial for it in the description below, so just pause the video, have a watch of that, and if you prefer to work foundation double crochet stitches, do that to work your first row. And the number of foundation double crochet stitches that you'd need to work is a multiple of 3 plus 2 extra. So either continue working your double crochets back into your chain or work your row of foundation double crochet stitches, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Now I'm getting towards the end of row 1 now. I've got one more double crochet stitch left to make, just finishing off that last one, but we're going to change colour when we work this last stitch, ready to work the next row in a new colour. So we're going to change colour in the last step of this final double crochet. So wrap the yarn over your hook, insert it into the back bump, wrap the yarn over your hook and pull up a loop again, so you have 3 loops on your hook. Wrap the yarn over your hook and pull through the first 2 loops. Then when you get to this stage with 2 loops left on your hook, we're going to change colour. If you're working foundation double crochet, then you do it at exactly the same stage when you've got 2 loops left on your hook. So you drop the colour that you've been using for row 1, pick up the new colour that you're going to be using for row 2, pop a loop of it over your hook and pull through, so you've then got the new colour on your hook ready to start the next row. Then we just cut off the first colour, leaving a tail of a few centimetres to weave in, and turn our work over, keeping the new colour on our hook, ready to start row 2. Now for row 2, we're going to be working a combination of single crochet and chain stitches. We're going to be working the single crochet between some of the double crochet stitches from the previous row. They're not going to be worked into the top of the stitches like you might normally work them, but we're going to be inserting our hooks between the posts of previous double crochet stitches. So we start row 2 with 1 chain, and that doesn't count as a stitch. Then we're going to work our first single crochet stitches between these first 2 double crochet stitches. So insert your hook between the posts of these stitches, wrap the yarn over your hook and pull up a loop. So you have 2 loops on your hook, wrap the yarn over your hook again and pull through both loops, and that makes 1 single crochet stitch. Then we're going to make 2 chains, 1, 2. We skip the next 3 double crochets and we're going to make the next single crochet stitch between the 3rd skipped stitch and the next stitch along. So insert your hook between those 2 stitches after the 3rd skipped stitch, wrap the yarn over your hook and pull up a loop, wrap your yarn over and pull through both loops to make another single crochet. And we just keep going all the way along in this way. So you chain 2, skip 3 stitches and work a single crochet between the last skip stitch and the next stitch. And you keep going all the way along in this way until you reach the end of the row. And I'll keep going and meet you at the end of the row and show you where to make that last stitch. So I've just made this last single crochet here. I've got 4 stitches left. I've got 3 proper double crochets and then I've got these turning chains, which also count as a double crochet stitch. So I make 2 more chains, skip those 3 double crochets and then make 1 last single crochet between the 3rd skip double crochet and those turning chains. But I'm going to change colour here. So when I get to the point of my single crochet where I've got 2 loops on my hook, I'm going to drop the pink yarn and I'm going to go back to the green yarn again for my next row. So I pick up the green yarn wrap a loop of it over my hook and pull through with that, ready for the next row. And then I'll just cut off the pink yarn, and that then completes row 2, and we just turn our work over, keeping the green yarn on our hook, ready to start row 3. So row 3 starts with 3 chains, and these 3 chains count as the first double crochet stitch. Then for the rest of the row, we're going to be working 3 double crochets into each of the chain 2 spaces. So we wrap the yarn over our hook, insert your hook under the chains in that gap between the tops of these double crochets and the 2 chains, wrap the yarn over your hook and pull up a loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And then in the same way, make 2 more double crochet stitches into that chain space. So we've got 3 altogether, which makes the first block. And then we're going to skip the single crochet stitch and just work 3 more double crochets into that next chain space. 2, 3. And that makes the next block. And as you can see, what happens when you make these blocks is that the double crochet stitches cover up the chains between the single crochet. So all you see is the single crochets, which make dots at the corner of your blocks. And so we'll just keep going all the way along the row, working 3 double crochets into each chain space. And I will meet you again at the end of the row to show you how to work the last stitch. So I've been working along the row, working groups of 3 double crochet into each chain 2 space, and I've just worked my last 3 into this one, and then we end the row with 1 more double crochet stitch worked into the top of that single crochet from the previous row. And we're also going to change colour again, so we work our double crochet up to the point where we have 2 loops on our hook, drop the yarn we've been using, pick up our new colour, and switching back to pink again, pop it over your hook and pull through with that, so you have the new colour on your hook ready to start the next row. And then just snip off your end of the previous colour, leaving a tail to weave in. Then you just turn your work over, ready to start the next row. If you'd like a written reference for this stitch, I've added it to my stitch library on my blog, where I'm collecting all the stitches from this series in one place. I'll link that below so you can bookmark it or come back to it later. So for the rest of the blanket, we're just going to be repeating rows 2 and 3 until we reach our desired length. So next we've got a repeat of row 2 again. So this starts with 1 chain, which doesn't count as a stitch. Then we work 1 single crochet into the space between the first 2 trebles. So we work 1 single crochet, we'll chain 2, and then we work another single crochet between, we skip 3 double crochets and we work a single crochet between, in the space between the 3rd skipped double crochet and the next one. And it should be quite easy to see because it will just line up above the last single crochet that you made, and there'll be a bit of a space between those double crochets already. And then just keep going all the way along the row, working 2 chains, skipping the cluster of 3 double crochets, working a single crochet between the clusters, and so on all the way along to the end of the row. And I will keep going and meet you at the end of this row. Now I'm just getting to the end of the row. I've worked a single crochet between those last 2 clusters, 2 chains, and then we work 1 more single crochet between the last cluster and those turning chains at the start of the row. But remember, we're going to change colour again, So we don't do the final yarn over and pull through with the pink yarn with the yarn we're using for this row, but we put it down, pick up our next colour, pop a loop of that over our hook and pull through with that, ready to start the next row, and then just cut off the colour that you have been using and turn over, ready to start the next row. So this row is a repeat of row 3 again. So we start with 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and then we continue along working 3 double crochets into each chain 2 space all the way along to the end of the row, plus 1 more double crochet in the top of that last single crochet. So I will keep going and meet you at the end of this row. So I'm getting towards the end of the row again. I've worked my last cluster of 3 double crochets. I'm going to work 1 more into that last single crochet and change colour again at the end of the row, and I'll just continue like this, repeating rows 2 and 3 until I reach my preferred blanket length. So you should just keep going to working as many rows as you want and ending on a repeat of row 3 of one of these double crochet rows. So I'll meet you there and show you how to finish off your blanket. So I'm getting to the end of my sample now. When you reach the end of your blanket, as I said, you should finish with a repeat of row 3, one of the double crochet rows. At the end of that row, you won't be changing colour again, so complete your last double crochet right the way to the end of the stitch. Then just cut off your yarn, leaving a few centimetres as always to weave in. Pop the end of the yarn through the loop that was on your hook and put it through to fasten off. Then that completes the main section of your blanket, and you can add your chosen border if you like. You've also got quite a few ends to weave in, which is admittedly one of the downsides of this stitch. If you find that any of your stitches at the end of the row where you're changing colour are getting a little bit loose, just give a pull on the ends before you weave it in, just to tighten up any of those stitches at the ends of the row. With the changing colour, I've obviously made a 2 colour version of this blanket, but you could use more colours if you prefer. It can look especially nice if you stick with 1 colour for the blocks and just change colour for the dots for the single crochet and chain rows, or the other way around. So you could use a single colour for the single crochet and chain rows and change colours for your dots, for your blocks, sorry. But obviously the choice is entirely up to you. You can just have fun, experiment and see what blanket you create. Thanks so much for watching this tutorial. If you enjoyed the block stitch, you'll find more stitches just like this in the rest of the Quick Stitches for Crochet Blankets series. I've also put together a stitch library over on my blog where I'm gathering all of these stitches in one place, together with step-by-step written instructions. And if you'd like to stay in touch, you're very welcome to join my email list. When you sign up, you'll receive 2 free patterns from me, along with updates on new patterns, tutorials, and the occasional special offer. You'll find links to the stitch library and my email list in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and happy crocheting!